I think what I wanted to do was share a little bit of the why, right? I want to tell a little bit of why and what I think inspired this. And I'll share a story that somebody shared with me. There's Nicole Farmer story kind of reminded me of this. There's a couple that teenagers. I don't even know if you could call them a couple. You call my teenage kids a couple with somebody, I would have a problem with you. But 14-year-old young woman, 15-year-old young man, ended up becoming pregnant, 15 and 16, had to go and talk to their parents and say, look, I'm pregnant. And I heard a story about, the way the story goes is that both mothers wanted to make them have an abortion. And in that conversation that was being had in the father's house, the father stood up, 16 years old, looked at both mothers and said, there's no way, you're not aborting this child. And I heard that he got a little bit loud. And the thing about getting loud was that his father was in the house. And his father is a really old school, don't play that, don't nobody raise their voice in my house but me type of guy. So the way the story was told to me is that his father kind of let that one ride. And we assume it's because he was proud of his son being out there standing up as a man, even at 16. So he stood up, said, there's no way you're going to abort my child. I'll take care of him. I'll take care of her. So at that point, dropped out of school, started working. The mother went on with the pregnancy. She was very small, probably about 135 pounds, with boots on. And I heard that she got dropped off to the hospital by her mother at 15, 135 pounds, and got dropped off at the door and said, all right, go in there, have your baby. Mother went in there, giving birth to a 8-pound baby at 135 pounds herself. And the mother said that she had thoughts of like looking at the window, figuring that she could get to the window because it was so painful when she jumped out the window. But she was strong. Like, I know the mother. She was probably the strongest person I'd ever met. So they championed through that, did the best they could with what they had. And had they not, they would have introduced somebody else to come out to the stage. So when I think about leadership, real leadership, that's associated with sacrifice, right? It's not the leadership that's, I'm the most important person in the room. Everybody here needs me. If something happens, everybody else takes the hit or the fall before I do. I think about people that's ready to take a sacrifice. And that young couple made a sacrifice. And I'm forever grateful. Dad, I appreciate you standing up for me.